Hello and welcome to this Saturday afternoon matchup in the Naugatuck Valley League. We got a great matchup on hand today as two schools from the town of Waterbury are facing off. The visiting Waterbury Career Academy Spartans are taking on the home team today, the Kennedy Eagles. Both of these teams are off to great starts this season. Kennedy doing a little better at 10-2, whereas Waterbury comes into this game with an 8-5 record. Both teams, however, find themselves in the top 6 of the Naugatuck Valley League, a very competitive basketball conference. So they're off to great starts this season, and they're looking to keep it up today, this afternoon. We'll have some great matchups on hand between some very intense players, some guys that like to leave it all out on the court. So this should be a great matchup. The Kennedy Eagles come into today's game averaging 77 points a game, and the Waterbury Career Academy Spartans come in averaging 68.9. So on paper, especially with the records, this looks like it favors Kennedy just a little bit, especially being on the home floor. But that's why we play these games. So we're set for quite the matchup here. Head coach Armand Levissiere for the Kennedy Eagles is looking for win number 11, solidify that position heading into the conference tournaments and the state tournament. Both teams will have aspirations of that. Head coach Ronan O'Leary, as I mentioned, for the Waterbury Career Academy Spartans, have that 8-5 record, but it's been quite the up and down season for Waterbury Career Academy, a bit Jekyll and Hyde, if you will. They started the season with a 2-game winning streak, then lost 2 in a row, then won 3 in a row, and the recent form is quite confusing, so stay with me here. Win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win. So they're looking for that momentum, that winning streak, get back on track, find that mojo as they look to advance to the conference and state tournament as well. Interesting note here, too, with both teams being in the Naugatuck Valley League, they did recently play each other. January 31st, it was a home game for Waterbury Career Academy, and Kennedy came out on top in that one, 78-62. As we get set to announce the starting lineups here at Kennedy High School, the number of the game is going to be 70. That's right, 70 points. Keep that in mind for Waterbury Career Academy. They're 8-0 when they score 70 points this season, 0-5 when they do not. So if they can hit that 70-point mark, that bodes well for this team. Both teams have headed to their bench, their respective benches, and we're going to get set to get underway here as we announce the starting lineups. Jason Kennedy, a junior, is a starter for WCA. Junior Sonny Pierce, number 12, gets the starting nod as well. Number 2, Zaire Lott. Carmelo Mojica, a senior, number 4, will start for WCA. And number 24, Carlos Cake, is going to round out the starting lineup for WCA Spartans. And now for the home team, the Kennedy Eagles. Senior, number 5, Sincere Alves. He'll lead the charge for the Kennedy Eagles today for sure. Spark plug, number 10, Manny Beeman. Small in stature, big in heart. Keep an eye out for him. David Zielinski, number 21, gets the start. Number 33, a junior, Lennox Serrano. And number 20, Chauncey Hicks, is going to be the final starter for the Kennedy Eagles. Going to take a moment here for the national anthem, and on the other side, we'll have some Naugatuck Valley League basketball. Stay tuned. And with that, we're set to play some high school basketball on this Saturday morning. Once again, I'm Nate Zielinski. This broadcast is being brought to you by DET Sports Media and Sky Channel 16. Two teams with winning records from the same town. Doesn't get much better than this, folks. This should be a good game of basketball here. Well played, well coached. Both of these teams have some great talent. The matchup that I'm going to be most looking forward to is sophomore Zaire Lott, number 2, and senior number 5, Sincere Alves. Both of these players are key for their team, and they go about it in very different ways. Zaire Lott is a very calm, cool, collected, smooth shooter. Watch out for him. If he gets any airspace, he's going to let it fly. Sincere Alves is going to charge at you full steam ahead and try to get as many easy layups as he can. The Kennedy Eagles control the tip. Sincere Alves tracks it down, and he hands it off to Manny Beeman, who comes into the front court. Manny Beeman kicks it to Alves in the corner. Beeman's going to swing it around to Zielinski on the wing, and Manny Beeman's going to take our first shot of the day. The 3 is off the mark. That's a great offensive rebound by Lennox Serrano. He skies for it, and Manny Beeman's going to reset here. Sincere Alves is going to shoot it from the corner now. A little bit long, just grazes the rim, goes out of bounds, and it'll be WCA basketball. So an empty first possession for the Kennedy Eagles. It'll be their turn on defense now. Number 12, junior, Sonny Pierce, brings it in the front court for WCA. He's going to drive and kick, but his teammate wasn't looking. Sincere Alves picks it off, and he's off to the races. Takes the contact from Lott, but he's able to finish on cue. Sincere Alves. Like a bull in a china shop, but he can make the layup. And he'll head to the line for a free throw for the old-fashioned three-point play to get us started. 7:14 on the clock in the first quarter. And Kennedy's off to a 3-0 lead. WCA looking to respond now. It's back in the hands of Pierce. Off to Zaire Lott. As I mentioned, the wing 3, but that's a little long. That will not deter Zaire Lott from shooting. Look for him to get up a lot of those shots today. He's a three-point specialist for sure. Manny Beeman now back with Kennedy. They're looking to expand their early lead. Hand in the passing lane by Jason Kennedy, but stays with Kennedy. Zielinski cues up the 3. That's a little bit long. Battle for the rebound. Carlos Cake, we'll see that a lot. Carlos Cake and Sincere Alves will have their hands on a lot of rebounds today. It's back with Pierce. He tries the spin move. Manny Beeman pulls the chair, and it's going to be a turnover by WCA. Quick stoppage of play here. The referee has noticed. Zaire Lott with earrings still in, so that'll be a quick change. And off the bench comes sophomore number 30, Andrew Williams. Look for him to take over off the bench. Andrew Williams is quite the spark. He's definitely the 6th man for WCA. He can do a lot. Handle the ball, get to the basket, play some good defense. They're not losing a lot when Zaire Lott comes off and Andrew Williams comes on, that's for sure. So we have a air ball 3 by Alves that turns into a jump ball, and it's going to be Spartans basketball here. Carmelo Mojica to inbound to Andrew Williams. As I mentioned, he comes in right away and takes over point guard duties from junior Sonny Pierce. So here's Andrew Williams now. Off to Mojica, dribble handoff. He fakes a pass to Cake, who tries to cut to the basket. It's going to be Williams at the top of the key. Trying to shake his man off the dribble. He finds Kennedy, who's going to pull up from the top of the key, and it's good. A little bit of contact there, too, from Zielinski. No call, but doesn't matter. The 3 is good. WCA has tied the game 3-3 in the early going here. 5:45 on the clock. Quick give and go. Lennox Serrano down there in the post. He lays it off the backboard, and Kennedy surges right back into the lead, 5-3. Back in the hands of Williams to Pierce. Kennedy looks to cut. They don't find him. Mojica's going to pull up from deep, and it's a front rim miss. Manny Beeman zooms into the front court, tries to find Serrano. Chauncey Hicks picks it up. He'll go up and get the bounce off the front rim, and it's 7-3 Kennedy now. Ronan O'Leary barks out the play from the bench for WCA, and Andrew Williams surveys the floor. He finds Sonny Pierce on the wing, who looks to drive into contact, and they're going to call that on Zielinski. Looked like he went straight up, but Sonny Pierce found the body, and he'll head to the line for 2 shots. Kennedy coach sees what I see. Zielinski had the hand straight up on that aggressive drive by Sonny Pierce, but sometimes the body contact gets called even though the player's hands do go straight up. Sonny Pierce connects on the first free throw. And it looks like Zaire Lott is ready to check back into the game. Wardrobe malfunction has been taken care of. Sonny Pierce, front rim and in, so he gets 2 free throws, and he'll get the quick breather after scoring. 7-5, early going here, 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Beeman crosses half court, gets into the lane, throws up a wild pass that Zielinski saves, but it's to Andrew Williams, the other team. He dips it ahead to Zaire Lott, who's going to finish at the rim. And we're back at a tie ball game here, 7-7. 4:40 now left in the first quarter. Beeman looks to work his way around a screen set by Serrano, but he finds Alves on the wing. Tries to skip past to Zielinski, but it's over the head and slips through the fingers, so some turnovers here for Kennedy. That's keeping WCA in the game in the early going, and Andrew Williams is going to bring the ball up now. See if WCA can take their first lead of the game. It's with Kennedy and Zaire Lott. Carmelo Mojica now tries to drive into the paint. Looks for Carlos Cake. That pass is deflected and out of bounds. It's going to be WCA ball under their own hoop. Into Mojica. Andrew Williams cuts. Can't handle the pass, though. He was thinking about making that layup already, but he's able to chase down the dribble by Manny Beeman. Look at Andrew Williams go to work here. The floater is no good. Chauncey Hicks gets the rebound. Finds Serrano before he tumbles over, and now it's back with Manny Beeman. Zielinski's in the corner. Left unchecked, and the 3 goes down. Jason Kennedy tried to close out, but wasn't in time. Zielinski's stroke is true, and it's 10-7 Kennedy. WCA has been responding all first quarter here. Let's see if they can do it again. Had a couple ties in the early going here. Here's Andrew Williams for 3. Just short. Mojica's Johnny on the spot for the rebound, though. He backtracks to the corner and finds Zaire Lott. Let's see if WCA can reset here. It's going to be Cake to the cutting Williams. Goes up strong and gets the finish. 10-9. So the Eagles maintain the lead, but that's a great possession by WCA, an offensive rebound. Some great movement, some great passing. And Andrew Williams is the benefactor there. He gets on the board in this close matchup here in the first quarter. Chauncey Hicks is in the corner now. Sees Sincere Alves cutting. Back to Manny Beeman. Right there at the elbow. The jumper is just long, though, and Kennedy's able to corral that rebound off the fingertips, and he brings it into the front court. Again, WCA searching for that first lead of the game. They try to get it into the post to Cake. It's tipped away by Beeman. Ahead to Alves. Lennox Serrano, and he can't make the layup. That must have been a little easier than he thought it was going to be. He was expecting contact. I think he made that layup a little more difficult than it had to be. On the other end, Kennedy's going to miss a 3 for WCA. So still no lead in this first quarter for WCA. They've been tied a couple times. Have yet to spring ahead of Kennedy here in the first quarter. It's Alves, Beeman. Zielinski, who already has a 3 in the quarter. That's poked away. Great defense there by Mojica and Chauncey Hicks. He pokes it right back, but it'll be off Kennedy last in WCA ball. Some substitutions here. We've got Dasani Yates checking in for WCA and Hakeem Trueheart for the Kennedy Eagles. Williams tries to break down Beeman off the dribble. Kennedy cuts, mid-range jumper, in and out, no good. Sincere Alves gets the rebound, and he leads the charge back for Kennedy. Yates hounding him behind the back for Alves. Great pass to Serrano, and he doesn't miss that layup. Sincere Alves, he is a floor general in every sense of the term. When he goes, so does the Kennedy Eagles. That was a great possession there. Williams tries the floater, catches his own miss, puts it back up, no good, and it's Alves with the rebound. Up ahead to Hakeem Trueheart. He's going to try to drive. He finds Zielinski, and there's just some great passing going on from the Kennedy Eagles right now. They're not being selfish, and that's reflecting on the scoreboard. They have their biggest lead of the game, 14-9 after 2 great assists back-to-back. Zaire Lott's going to pull up for 3, just short. Dasani Yates the rebound. Kennedy, he'll fire. No good as well. So WCA falling in love with the 3 early on. Manny Beeman with a pretty good pass there. Alves can't control it after the spin move. Beeman tries to play some defense. We'll see which way this one goes. It's going to be on Manny Beeman as Jason Kennedy was trying to make his way up the floor. Back and forth we go. This is a fast-paced first quarter. Only 1:04 left on the clock, and Kennedy finds himself up 5, 14-9. The inbound is to Andrew Williams. Number 1, Sean Turner, is in the game now for WCA. Sonny Pierce is going to take a 3. That's going to be long. Dasani Yates the rebound, but it's ripped away by Hakeem Trueheart, and he leads the break. Alves on the wing, gathers and goes up and is fouled. Are they going to tag Lott or Sonny Pierce with that foul? It's going to be Sonny Pierce. So Sincere Alves will be able to add to his tally at the free throw line. Let's see if he can convert and extend the Kennedy lead. Front rim, no good on the first. Again, this is one of the times I wish we had replay at our disposal, instant replay, because Sincere Alves threw a dime a couple possessions ago. It was an easy layup for Lennox Serrano. 2 misses from the free throw line, but that doesn't matter. Zielinski is able to get that rebound with ease, go right back up quickly before any defender could bother him, and it's now 16-9. Andrew Williams looking for an open man. He finds Pierce. It's off to Lott. He's going to shoot again and drain it. So Zaire Lott will not hesitate. That's his first 3 of the game. He missed his first 2, but making those threes is what's going to keep WCA in this game. It's 16-12 as the time winds down here in the first quarter. Kennedy's going to look to hold for the last shot. Beeman to Alves, into Serrano, the short jumper. No! He passes midair to Zielinski, who misses, gets his own rebound. So David Zielinski is going to work on the offensive glass here late in the first quarter. Lott's going to throw up a 3 that would have beat the buzzer, but it doesn't go. So an intense first quarter. We saw a lot of ties there. I think 3 or 4 times the score was tied in the first quarter. That was a late surge by the Kennedy Eagles. And they find themselves ahead 18-12 at the end of the first. Seniors for the Kennedy Eagles were doing most of the damage in that first quarter. Sincere Alves and David Zielinski worked well together. Zielinski hit a 3 and had a couple great offensive rebound putbacks. Sincere Alves started the game with a nice and 1 layup. He's been great on defense, getting steals, getting rebounds. There's no player quite like Sincere Alves that's able to stuff the stat sheet. Whatever you want, he can do. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a couple blocks by the end of the game for number 5 in white. They do a good job of protecting home court in the first quarter. Let's see if they can maintain and extend this lead. It's Kennedy to inbound, up 18-12, and the second quarter is underway here. It's with Hakeem Trueheart. Manny Beeman, David Zielinski, Lennox Serrano, and Sincere Alves are the 5 for Kennedy. It's going to be Sonny Pierce, Zaire Lott, Sean Turner, Carlos Cake, and Jason Kennedy for WCA as they try to mount this comeback here in the early stages of the second quarter. Turner to inbound now. He finds Pierce. Manny Beeman's hounding him, and he's going to rip that from the bigger Pierce. The Euro step by Beeman. Oh, everything but the finish there. That was a great move by number 10, and then he travels after he collects the offensive rebound. Manny Beeman trying to make Sports Center there with the steal, the dribble ahead, the Euro step. The layup comes up just short. Sonny Pierce now. See if WCA can draw first blood in the second quarter. Zaire Lott for three. We'll be saying that a lot today. He's going to come up just short. Hakeem Trueheart with the rebound and the dribble behind the back. Up ahead to Zielinski. And nobody's stopping him right now down low in the post. He can spring. He's one of the strongest kids on the floor today. He springs up there. Layup goes 20-12 Kennedy. They strike first in the second quarter. Sonny Pierce gets into the lane. Layup with the right hand is no good. Hakeem Trueheart, another rebound. He looks ahead, but it's tapped down by number 3, Jason Kennedy. WCA cannot save it. Sonny Pierce had a big toe on the line. Kennedy WCA, just rushing a little bit here. And the early going, head coach Ronan O'Leary can sense it. He calls the timeout after the loss of possession there on that fast break opportunity. Does look like we've had an early sub in the second quarter too. Number 41, Ergi Musalari, has checked into the game for the Kennedy Eagles. So the focal point for the Kennedy offense has been number 21, David Zielinski. We came into the game talking about Sincere Alves, what he can do for Kennedy. Zaire Lott's three-point potential for WCA, but David Zielinski has made a three and finished some pretty impressive layups. He has 9 early points here for Kennedy. He's pacing them, almost outscoring WCA. It's 12-9 currently with just Zielinski scoring, but 20-12 reads the scoreboard. Zielinski's going to shoot the three again. I think that was off the backboard and almost found a way in. That's how you know it's your day, when you're making threes off the backboard, but no good. And here comes WCA. Sean Turner into the lane now. The tough drive stripped away, but he regains possession. Kennedy makes an acrobatic catch at the top of the key and will reset for WCA. Looks to take Trueheart off the dribble. Pulls up and in and out on the jump shot. The score is going to stay 20-12. 6 minutes now. Sincere Alves pump fake in the corner. Gets all the way to the basket. Finds Zielinski. Can't handle the pass, but he's left open again and drains it. So if they're going to leave Zielinski open in the corner, he says, why not? I'll take it. That's his second three of the game, and the lead is double digits for the first time for Kennedy. Sonny Pierce drives. Loses it in traffic. Zielinski tries to pass it ahead, and Zaire Lott picks it off. Slinks his way all the way to the rim under the outstretched arm of Zielinski and puts that scoop layup in. That's a great move, and WCA needed that basket in the worst way. It's 23-14. Here comes Kennedy right back. They try to force it into the lane, but Carlos Cake picks it up off the ground after an errant pass. Sonny Pierce now taking Trueheart off the dribble. He'll put up the floater off the rim, off the backboard, and no good. It's going to be Lennox Serrano that has the rebound now, and he finds Zielinski, the hot hand for the Kennedy Eagles. He dribbles ahead and finds Alves. And I believe that ball grazed the foot of number 2, Zaire Lott. They're going to call a kickball violation, and it'll be a side out of bounds play coming up for the Kennedy Eagles with 5:04 left on the second quarter clock. There's number 41, Ergi Musalari, to trigger the inbound. And he finds Hakeem Trueheart. No defense yet for WCA. They're in a bit of a soft zone here. Zielinski slings a pass that goes off the hands of Chauncey Hicks, and we're going the other way now. So WCA just down 11 a few seconds ago. They're looking to cut into this lead. They're now down 9. Zaire Lott, he's the right player to have the ball. Let's see if he tries to trigger one of those three-pointers again. Here comes Mojica into the lane. It's going to be a floater for him. He gets a couple friendly bounces off the rim, and the lead is now 7. So WCA showing a little bit of fight here after falling down double digits. Hakeem Trueheart has Zielinski on the wing. He finds him. Hicks, Musalari, and into the game, number 23, Isaiah Tucker for the Kennedy Eagles. Good passing again. I believe that was tipped, and it's going to stay with Kennedy. Musalari again to inbound. Hakeem Trueheart cuts to the corner, but he can't find him. It's instead into Tucker. Zielinski. Musalari's over there on the wing for 3. Just short off the front rim, and out of bounds. Two WCA players were fighting for it. I think it was between Kennedy and Andrew Williams, and it goes out of bounds. So Kennedy's going to try again from the same spot. Here's Musalari. Tucker to the corner. He throws up the three. Blocked by Kennedy. Great close out there. Jason Kennedy sprints ahead. Tries to put up the layup. No foul called. Hakeem Trueheart is going to travel. Carmelo Mojica was there ready to take that charge if necessary, but Hakeem Trueheart kind of fumbled the dribble and is called for the travel. Andrew Williams taking over point guard duties now for WCA. He's into the front court, trying to break down Trueheart. Here's Zaire Lott. Zielinski guarding him. Kennedy, Cake, Zaire Lott never hesitates. This three is long. WCA would have been right back in it if that had gone down. Instead, it's Hakeem Trueheart who drives all the way to the hoop and gets a tough layup and a gentle nudge from Carmelo Mojica after he makes it, but it's a 9-point lead for Kennedy, 25-16. Zaire Lott's wide open. Front rim, backboard, no good. WCA really needs those to start falling if they want to stay in this. Zaire Lott's made one, but he definitely has the potential to keep them in the game. His shooting right now is hurting them just a little bit. He does have 7 points here for WCA in the early going, though. And with 3:19, he'll inbound to Carmelo Mojica. Off to Williams. Zaire Lott's in the corner. Again, the hesitation is never there for Zaire Lott, number 2. He is never discouraged, which is a great thing to have in a player. He'll put up as many shots as it takes for him to make an impact for his team. Great defense here by Alves on Kennedy. He throws up the layup. It almost goes. Carlos Cake is fouled. Sincere Alves thought he got all ball, but it'll be Carlos Cake to head to the free throw line for 2. Again, the Kennedy Eagles have been in control for most of this game, but it's still right there within reach for WCA. If they can just inch a little closer here, missing the free throw will hurt them. It's 25-16. Let's see if Carlos Cake can get on the score sheet here and make the second free throw. It's up. Good rotation. And the second one is true. Lennox Serrano will inbound to Manny Beeman. And Kennedy finds himself up 8 now with the clock ticking under 3 minutes in the first half. Hakeem Trueheart's on the wing. Sincere Alves gets into the paint. Looks to pass to Chauncey Hicks, but it's tipped away. No look by Sincere Alves to Chauncey Hicks. We saw that. Sincere Alves didn't need to see it. Chauncey Hicks was wide open on the low block. We're getting fancy out here on this Saturday morning. The lead is 10 again. The second time this game, Kennedy has a double-digit lead. Andrew Williams tries to drive. Can't find anybody. Zaire Lott gets it. Carmelo Mojica's under the hoop, and he gets fouled. A little bit of luck there on the possession for WCA. A couple errant passes. The first one Lott was able to track down, and his pass down low, I thought Carmelo Mojica might have been out of bounds before he got back in to catch that, but the refs don't see it, and they call the foul. Here's Mojica at the line. The first one's good. And the second one is a carbon copy. So 2 free throws there for Carmelo Mojica. It cuts the lead to 8. It's 27-19 now with 2:15 left on the clock. Manny Beeman pushes the pace, passes the head to Alves, who finds Hicks. Looks like he traveled. He had trouble gathering that ball. It's in the hands of WCA, though. Here comes Mojica, and the finger roll just gets over the front rim, and the lead is now 6. So here comes the Spartans charging hard before we get to the halftime buzzer. It's 27-21 Kennedy. Alves finds Serrano in the corner. He's going to hoist the 3. Just short. Tries to chase it down. Carlos Cake gets it. Almost picked off by Chauncey Hicks, but here comes Mojica again. Zaire Lott gets it to go. The double clutch. That was a great layup by Zaire Lott. I think we're going to get a delay of game warning here after the layup gets tapped away from the Kennedy Eagles player trying to inbound. So I think the refs are just sorting that out quick and getting that warning out there, and it's as close as we've been in a while now. 27-23, this late charge by WCA here. Carmelo Mojica and Zaire Lott. Manny Beeman with a careless behind-the-back pass. And it'll go back to WCA, who can make this a one-possession game. .127 left in the second quarter. Here comes Andrew Williams. Trueheart guarding him. Cake's going to set the screen and then step away. It's Zaire Lott in the corner now. He's feeling it and gets it to go. So a couple layups sparks the confidence for Zaire Lott, and he hits his second three of the game. Comes at a huge time, and it's now 27-26. Kennedy was in control just minutes ago, and now they're going to just hang on for dear life here, heading to the locker room. Chauncey Hicks skies for the rebound and gets fouled. They needed that in the worst way. Great effort on the offensive glass by number 20. Kennedy has been outscored 14-9 here in the second quarter and seen their 6-point lead whittled down to 1. Let's see if Hicks can respond and extend it again. First free throw, nothing but net. Second one's no good. Lennox Serrano fights for the rebound with Carlos Cake. They're going to say went off 33 in white last. It'll be WCA ball with 56.6 now. The lead is 2 for Kennedy. WCA has yet to lead in this basketball game. This would be huge if they can flip the script here heading into the locker room. Zaire Lott thought about the three. Carmelo Mojica's wide open in the corner, but it's short. Manny Beeman, before he even touches the ground, passes it ahead to Alves, who sprints ahead for the layup. It's no good. Chauncey Hicks once again with an offensive rebound. Manny Beeman sprints into the front court. Alves, Serrano, what a play by Kennedy. Team basketball at its finest.
Chauncey, that starts with you. Good second chance points, Chauncey. Way to work hard, 20.
Manny Beeman, the smallest guy on the floor, gets the rebound ahead to Alves. He misses a layup, but then it's Hicks. Back to Beeman, back to Alves, and Serrano finishes with the layup. Can he pay it off? He does. The three-point play is good. So just when it was a one-point game, 4 straight points for Kennedy, and they have a little bit of breathing room now, 31-26. WCA, 20 seconds left on the clock. Let's see what they can do with their last possession of the first half. It's Mojica on the wing. Carlos Cake, what a play. Carlos Cake and Andrew Williams are both cutting to the basket. Mojica found the deeper option to the cutting Cake, and he finishes that layup with ease. It's 31-28. Let's see if Kennedy can strike before the half. Trueheart goes up. Serrano, no. That last shot would not have counted. A late flurry of offense by the WCA Spartans has them right back in this game. But it's Kennedy still with a 3-point lead, 31-28. Zaire Lott, Carmelo Mojica really turned it on there late in the second quarter to spark that comeback. But Sincere Alves, Manny Beeman, David Zielinski, the list goes on. Kennedy's getting contributions from all over the floor, and that's why they find themselves ahead, 31-28. We'll be back with second half action right after this. Hello and welcome back to the John F. Kennedy High School Gymnasium. I'm Nate Zielinski, and this broadcast is being presented to you by DET Sports Media and Sky Channel 16. We had quite the first half. Back and forth action. We expected a close game. Both of these teams with winning records, both with a lot of talent on their rosters, and it's shaping up to be exactly what we thought. Kennedy with the slight lead. Again, WCA has not led for a second in this basketball game. We were tied a bunch of times early on in the first quarter. Kennedy surged out to a double-digit lead, but WCA was able to rein them back in. They were down 27-26 at one point late in the second quarter. Late surge by Kennedy gave them a little cushion, but WCA scored the last bucket in the first half. So we find ourselves at 31-28. David Zielinski and Sincere Alves have been pacing the offense for Kennedy. Meanwhile, Zaire Lott And Carmela Mojica got the hot hands for WCA to keep them in it. Again, at the top of the broadcast, I mentioned the magic number of 70. Waterbury Career Academy is undefeated this season when they hit the 70-point total, 8-0. When they fail to reach 70, 0-5. So that's their magic number. They got to hit that. They're a little bit under that, so some defensive intensity by Kennedy, maybe slow the pace of this game down, could favor them. We'll see what the coaches have drawn up during their halftime speeches. This game was played just last week, January 31st, and it favored the Kennedy Eagles 78-62. So WCA is maintaining a little bit more of a matchup here. They're keeping it close, right on the heels of Kennedy. Let's see if they can take that first lead. That's going to be a big moment in the game to note. If WCA can take this lead, it's a huge mental breakthrough for the Spartans if they can take the lead on that scoreboard. Kennedy has felt like they've been in control this whole game, but we stay at a 3-point deficit. The inbound is to Andrew Williams, and it'll be WCA ball to start the third quarter. He finds the hot hand of Lott, who will no doubt throw up a couple threes this half. Carlos Cake tries for a layup that gets blocked. Chauncey Hicks tracks down the rebound for Kennedy, but he steps out of bounds. So it will be the starters for Kennedy. Zielinski, Serrano, Hicks, Manny Beeman, and Sincere Alves are the 5 on the floor for Kennedy. And it'll be the starters for WCA as well. Mojica in the corner. The 3 is off the front rim. Andrew Williams. No good. Cake tries to go back up, find a teammate, but it's Sincere Alves. He comes out, gives the head to Zielinski, and he slams it home. Right into your living room, David Zielinski. Zaire Lott right back with a swish for the 3. So a highlight play on one end gets canceled out by the 3. I think they're going to say a deep 2 for now. I see a 2-pointer go up on the scoreboard, 33-30. So a quick answer from WCA, and we start the third quarter with a bang. Here comes Sincere Alves. Zielinski in the corner now. He drives, goes to the legs of a WCA defender, but Jason Kennedy picks it up, and he drives all the way and gets fouled. Blocking foul on Lennox Serrano. They have switched the scoreboard now, so Zaire Lott did respond with a 3, and it's 33-31 in favor of Kennedy. Jason Kennedy can tie the game at the line with these 2 free throws. The first one rattles home, 33-32. I don't have the stats in front of me, but I think it's been maybe 8-8 or 10-10 in the early going was the last time we were tied, and it's going to stay that way as Kennedy can't get the roll on the second free throw. Kennedy basketball after the fight for the rebound favors the team in white. Here comes Manny Beeman controlling the offense for Kennedy. Surveys the floor, gets a pick from Serrano. He drives. Alves in the corner with the pump fake. Finds Serrano at the foul line. The jumper is just short, and it's Kennedy who sprints away with it. Tries for the pass ahead to Williams, but it's no good. Alves now driving. The scoop layup is just strong, and Mojica gets the rebound. Zaire Lott's going to pull up for 3 in transition. Front rim, no good. Carlos Cake almost tracks down the rebound, but he can't. Serrano flips it into Beeman, and Kennedy will try to expand on the lead once again. It was 3 at halftime. It's 1 now. Beeman to Alves. Zielinski drives through the lane strong and gets it to go off the glass. David Zielinski can get anywhere he wants on the floor. Look for him to continue to be a focal point for Kennedy. That was a fantastic drive and score there to restore a 3-point lead for the Kennedy Eagles. Zaire Lott off a screen with Zielinski hounding him. This has been the matchup to watch now this game. Mojica in the corner tries to respond. Hicks gets out there for a great contest, and it goes high. We've got a jump ball, and that's going to be Kennedy basketball, yes. Scoreboard says visitor, but WCA got the ball to start the second half, so the first jump ball will go to the Kennedy Eagles. Here comes Beeman, looks for Zielinski. Jason Kennedy was alert to it, got in the passing lane. The pass ahead is fought for, and Zielinski comes away with it. He flips it ahead to Hicks. He fakes the pass to Alves. What a move by Chauncey Hicks. The pump fake on the pass. Everybody thought he was going to hand it off to the guard, Sincere Alves in the corner, but it turns into an easy layup for Hicks. Andrew Williams comes right back and gets fouled by Manny Beeman, and the intensity, the tempo has picked up right away here in the second half. Andrew Williams heads to the line with WCA down 5. First free throw is off the back rim and no good for Williams. Second one goes for Williams, and it's 37-33. Manny Beeman finds Serrano. Gets the layup up very impressively, but it doesn't fall off the back rim. So here comes Jason Kennedy now. Double teamed by Serrano and Alves, but he finds Lott off to Mojica. Skip pass to Kennedy, steps into a three. In rhythm, it's no good. Andrew Williams on the offensive glass is fighting for it, and it goes off of the hands of Chauncey Hicks last. So WCA with some pesky offense here. They're fighting hard to stay in this game. It's going to be Kennedy off the inbounds pass. He hits the deck, but gets right back up for the offensive rebound. Puts the layup up. It's too strong. Serrano tries to spring the outlet pass, but it's stuffed by Carlos Cake. And here's Zaire Lott for three. Back rim no good. Serrano again in there for the rebound, and Manny Beeman somehow wriggles away with it, and they're going to call a blocking foul on WCA. Andrew Williams kind of prevented Beeman from turning the corner there and starting the fast break. I think that's a foul WCA will live with. So our player of the game candidate has definitely emerged, and it's in the form of number 21, senior David Zielinski. The next bucket for him, and he'll hit the 20-point threshold. He's got 18 points. Hit a couple threes, an impressive dunk, which is obviously the play of the game. Anytime you get a dunk in a high school basketball game, I'm all for it. So he's looking to hit that 20-point milestone and propel Kennedy to a victory here. We still got a long way to go, though. 37-33, 4:23 left in the third quarter. After a Kennedy turnover, it's going to be WCA ball. Sonny Pierce gets it from Carmelo Mojica. He's got the smaller Manny Beeman on him, but that never stops Manny Beeman. He is quite the defender, quite the high school basketball player, even though his size wouldn't tell you that. Zaire Lott skies in for the offensive rebound, tries to spin it off the glass, but it doesn't go. Chauncey Hicks gets the rebound. He's been huge on the glass today for Kennedy, has number 20, Chauncey Hicks. Ahead, it's Manny Beeman to Hakeem Trueheart, and the easy layup after the hard work by Manny Beeman. Kennedy finding their footing here early on in the third quarter. Their lead is now 6. It's doubled since halftime. Zaire Lott, he gets double teamed. He finds the cutting Carlos Cake, who had the great move, but he just traveled before he put the layup off the glass and in. So no points awarded to WCA on that possession. And nobody's down here to inbound for Manny Beeman. They'll change that quickly. Here comes Chauncey Hicks jogging down. 3:38 left in the third quarter now. Great pass. Chauncey Hicks returning the favor to Sincere Alves, who was tossing out a lot of dimes in the first half. Chauncey Hicks, 2 heads-up plays in a row. One was a pump fake pass that led to a layup of his own. This time he finds a teammate, and Zaire Lott's going to answer with a 3 on the other end and keep WCA within striking distance. Sincere Alves, Manny Beeman cuts, finds Hicks. It's stripped away from him before he can put the layup up, though, by Mojica. Carlos Cake is going to dribble ahead now. Zaire Lott in the corner. And Lott is hot. Somebody's got to get a hand up in his face. Zaire Lott gets his team right back in it with back-to-back threes, and it's 41-39. Manny Beeman gets pushed in the back but maintains possession. Finds Alves, who's in the paint, spins around. Manny Beeman pump fakes the three, throws up the layup and gets it to go. Heck of a move by number 10 in white. The motor never turns off for Manny Beeman, that's for sure. Sonny Pierce thought about the three. Finds Mojica, who's wide open. Spins around. Mojica's right there to collect the miss and lays it off the glass. 43-41. We've got quite a game today, folks. Kennedy and WCA leaving it all out on the floor. It's Hicks with the short jumper. Doesn't go off the back rim. Kennedy ahead in the front court. Zielinski's there playing defense. Kennedy sidesteps him. Gets it to go. 43-43. And here we go. We had the delay of game warning earlier. Is it going to get issued to WCA now? I believe it was WCA who had that happen to them earlier. They've already had one warning this game. Let's see what the referees decide. This is a big moment here as WCA has just tied the game. And it is going to be 2 technical free throws after that delay of game again. So WCA had it in the first half. They got their warning. And after the big play, they have the mental lapse there. Sincere Alves is going to try to cash in from the free throw line before Kennedy gets awarded another possession. Alves 2 for 2 from the line. So Kennedy takes the lead right back after the technical. And here we go. It'll be Kennedy ball to inbound. Could be a huge swing here with 1:45 left in the third quarter. Let's see what Kennedy can do. They have the potential for a 4 or 5 point possession here. It's Alves off the inbounds pass, and he gets right to the hoop, lays it in, but goes down hard. I don't know if that was a hip or a wrist right there. Sincere Alves fell hard after making that layup. Zielinski and Serrano help their senior leader back up to his feet. Then he'll have a chance for another free throw here. So number 5 can score 5 points in a row for Kennedy right after it was tied. That was a huge swing. That's a pivotal point here in this game. The Spartans have been clawing their way to get back into it. The free throw does rattle home, so 5 straight points for Sincere Alves. Lott comes back with an answer, drains the three. Zaire Lott can do no wrong. Ronan O'Leary, head coach of WCA, wanted that foul and a potential 4-point play. He won't get the call, but it'll be Kennedy basketball here. And back and forth we continue to go. This is taking on the shape of one of those UFC matches where both teams are just standing there throwing punches, seeing who's going to fall first. This is a great game of high school basketball. Isaiah Tucker off the spin. Dave and Zielinski just can't handle it. He was thinking about that layup. And with 1:19 left on the clock in the third quarter, it's going to be WCA basketball. They can tie or take the lead for the first time in this game. They've been tied a handful of times now, have yet to take the lead. Here comes Pierce driving down the lane. Lennox Serrano hands up. Great defense there. Isaiah Tucker looked like he got tugged from behind there as he was trying to pass that ball away. And it's back down. Trueheart with the rejection. Return to sender. That looked like a volleyball spike there, not your typical block. Great play by Trueheart to preserve the lead. Pesky defense again, and it's Manny Beeman sprinting ahead of the pack. He's able to lay it up before Jason Kennedy can catch him from behind. 4-point lead for Kennedy now. Pierce, watched by Beeman. Sincere Alves gets into the passing lane this time, and it's Kennedy's defense sparking their offense, but Sincere Alves can't make the layup. Still a couple of great defensive possessions in a row. Sean Turner for 3. Just short. Lennox Serrano tips it. And let's see if Sincere Alves can convert this layup. He will. So the hard work on the defensive end for Kennedy is rewarded. Beeman, Alves, Trueheart, Zielinski, and Serrano are putting in a shift right now on the defensive end. They are working their tails off. Zielinski's going to have to corral Zaire Lott. That's the main way back into this game for WCA, and it's another block by Trueheart. No easy layups in the third quarter here for WCA. They get a quick substitution in here. Zielinski gets a much-needed rest, and it'll be Chauncey Hicks back into the game. He's going to have to defend Zaire Lott in the corner. Carlos Cake, they forget about him off the inbounds pass, but he can't make them pay. Serrano tries to get the rebound, but he keeps it just long enough so WCA can't score. And the third quarter buzzer sounds. It's now 52-46 in favor of the home team, the Kennedy Eagles. And I need to catch my breath as well here. That was an intense third quarter. Some threes by Zaire Lott, a dunk by David Zielinski, and a lot of great defense too. Late blocks by Hakeem Trueheart is another huge factor why Kennedy still find themselves in the lead. Again, the pressure's going to mount, though, for Kennedy to close out this game at home. They're up 6 in a game they haven't trailed. So I talked about that mental aspect of the game here in basketball. If WCA can find that spark, find themselves ahead on the leaderboard, does doubt start to creep in for Kennedy? Because they have felt like they've controlled this game throughout. It's been so close, but they've had leads of 10 points, 11 points, 8 points. They find themselves up 6 now as we head to the fourth quarter. And it's going to be Carmelo Mojica, Andrew Williams, Carlos Cake, Jason Kennedy, and Zaire Lott who are going to try to chase down the Kennedy Eagles. Trueheart, Serrano, Chauncey Hicks, Sincere Alves, and David Zielinski are the 5 on the floor for the Kennedy Eagles as they try to preserve this lead and come away with a hard-fought win. Let's play this fourth quarter. Here we go. Kennedy, reverse layup. Why not? Add it to the highlight reel. This game has been unbelievable to watch. Zielinski for 3, nothing but net. And number 21 now has 21 points. He lets Carmelo Mojica know. Yeah, I just made that. Here we go, Mojica in the corner. Carlos Cake, Mojica. Playing a little pitch and catch here. Mojica steps on the end line. The defensive intensity for Kennedy just continues to show itself and has been able to help them preserve this lead, even when WCA was trying to take it away from him, whether it be blocks or steals and transition layups. Mojica gets his revenge here after Zielinski made the 3 the last possession. Mojica taps it away, and it's last touch by Zielinski. 55-48. 7:08 left in the fourth quarter. Here we go. Back in the hands of Williams. Breaks down Trueheart off the dribble, gets all the way to the basket, and gets fouled from behind. Trueheart, good show of sportsmanship there, helps Williams back up to his feet. And Williams has the potential here to cut the lead to 5. So we got a couple things at play here. As I mentioned, this game was played a week ago in Waterbury Career Academy's gym. Kennedy came away with a relatively easy 78-62 win on that occasion. So WCA is trying to get some payback here. Also, we have that 70-point total looming. If WCA can have an offensive explosion here, they have that 70-point total in their sights, and they are 8-0 on the season when they score 70. Can they hit that total? Williams at the line, looks to make a second, doesn't. Serrano gets highest for the rebound, and it's off to Trueheart into the front court. Sincere Alves is on the wing now. He finds Zielinski off the screen. He dribbles it off a knee, though, and WCA comes away with it. Up ahead to Kennedy. Sincere Alves tries to get back on defense and does just enough to bother the layup by Kennedy, but it's off of Kennedy last. So we've got Kennedy for WCA going against Kennedy. That can get confusing there, but Jason Kennedy missed the layup, but a Kennedy player had it hit off their knee, so it will be WCA ball. Zaire Lots under the hoop. He's going to trigger the inbounds play. Looks for Andrew Williams. Manny Beeman almost picks it off, but Williams secures it. Off to Kennedy. Manny Beeman almost strips it away. He's been a pest all day on the defensive end. Mojica finds the cutting Williams, who tries to scoop layup. Corralled by Cake. He can't finish it. Williams almost pokes it away from Serrano, but here comes Kennedy back. Alves throws it up for Zielinski a little too high. That alley-oop would have sent the gym into a frenzy. Manny Beeman tries to find an open Alves in the corner. It's tapped away by WCA. So we have 55-49 in favor of Kennedy. 6:07 left in the fourth quarter. Trueheart is the safety valve here. It passes out to him on the inbounds play. Kicks it to Alves. He'll try the three. Sincere Alves knew it was good right away. He starts heading down the court. Big basket by Kennedy. It's 58-49. We're just under 6 minutes left now in the fourth quarter. WCA has been fighting all game, though. This will not be the last we hear from them. Head coach Ronan O'Leary not happy with some of the officiating before he discusses the plan for the final 5:57 with his players. I thought I had seen the best high school basketball game of the season. I was certain of it. The last time I was in the Kennedy Gymnasium, they fell to Crosby in double overtime. After that Crosby loss, though, Kennedy went on an 8-game winning streak. They had a recent loss before beating WCA and improving to 10-2. But this game is right up there. These teams are going back and forth. Highlight plays, like we almost saw an alley-oop Sincere Alves. I bet they've done that in practice a couple times. He was trying to throw it up to Dave and Zielinski. Outdo his own previous highlight of a fast break dunk for Zielinski. So it's Alves' three that has extended the lead back to 9, however. Neither team in foul trouble. This has been a relatively clean game. There has been some technical free throws awarded after some delay of games, but just a lot of great basketball. Fast break opportunities left and right. Big three. Zaire Lott is up to 4 or 5 threes now, maybe even 6. He's kept WCA in this game. Zielinski and Alves for Kennedy have provided the offense, while the supporting cast of Beeman, Trueheart, Chauncey Hicks, all these guys have played a crucial role with their defense and their rebounding. Let's see if Kennedy can hold on. Serrano's on cue, is going to pick off a pass. Zaire Lott tried to find a cutter. It's Serrano into the front court. Alves, same spot. Different result. He doesn't get the roll off the rim, off the backboard, and no good. That would have been a huge play for Kennedy as they scramble to get back on defense here. Mojica in the corner, thought about the three. Lennox Serrano, another theft. He steals it away from Carmelo Mojica. It's up ahead to Alves. He finds Trueheart, skip pass. Trueheart's going to throw up the three, and it's good. Sincere Alves finds his man. Trueheart finds the bottom of the net. 61-49, Kennedy with 5:10 left to go in the fourth. Andrew Williams looking to come back, but Manny Beeman steals it away. Beeman charging hard. He gets it blocked off the backboard by Lott. Serrano finds Alves. It's still Kennedy ball. He weaves his way through, and Sincere Alves off the glass and in. Kennedy can feel it now. They're brimming with confidence. The biggest lead of the game, 63-49. And to any team out there, I know they have 2 losses on the season, but when the three-headed monster of Alves, Beeman, and Zielinski are firing on all cylinders, this Kennedy Eagles team is really, really tough to beat. WCA's got their hands full now after another timeout. They really have let this slip away in the last minute. Do they have one more surge in them? If they can get this lead cut down to single digits, get this lead cut down to 6 or 7 points, put the pressure back on Kennedy. But the 70-point total is looming large, as I said before. If Waterbury Career Academy gets to 70 points, they're looking good, but they're 21 points shy of that with 4:49. So we'll see what they can muster up in these last couple minutes of this game. It's going to have to start on the defensive end, though, as anything the Kennedy Eagles throw up looks like it has a great chance of going in right now. Even the last Sincere Alves miss for 3 looked like it was good all the way. And here we go. Carmelo Mojica to inbound. He finds Andrew Williams, and we're back underway. 4:45 remaining in the fourth quarter. Does WCA have a comeback in them, or can Kennedy cruise to a home victory on this Saturday morning? We're going to get a foul there. It's going to be number 4, Mojica, who delivers a bit of a shoulder on that screen to Sincere Alves, who finds himself on the floor. Not the start WCA was looking for in the comeback. Head coach Ronan O'Leary calls out the full court man-to-man press. Let's see if Kennedy can break it here. Alves up to Trueheart. Finds Beeman. Oh, the layup, the double clutch there by Beeman prevents him from making that layup. It came up just short, but WCA throws it away. Williams and Cake can't connect on a pass. Beeman the Euro step and the beautiful layup. So he makes up for the miss right after, and he scoots back on defense with a little bit of swagger. Number 10, Manny Beeman, has had a great game today. Andrew Williams drives right back, makes the layup over Lennox Serrano, but WCA is still down 14. Trueheart for 3. Front rim no good. Lennox Serrano is going to secure the rebound here. Trueheart's got it back. He drives again, lays it up with the left. Zielinski's there for the offensive putback. David Zielinski's impressive day continues, and the lead is 16 with 3:45 to go. 67-51 Kennedy. Andrew Williams is going to drive again, throw up another layup, get the rebound, and that goes. So a little bit of a drop in intensity for Kennedy on the defensive end. Not like them to let an open, uncontested offensive rebound. Alves, Trueheart throws it up. Wasn't even looking at the basket on that last layup for Hakeem Trueheart. He gets it to go with a great finish there. So the full court press not bothering Kennedy at all. They like to play at that pace on the offensive end. They'll run until they can't anymore. And with 3:07, we have a blocking foul called, and it'll send Andrew Williams to the line. With 3:07 left in the game, Andrew Williams unable to connect on the first free throw. Again, tensions running hot in this game. Anytime two of these Waterbury high schools face off against each other, a lot of pride on the line, a lot of bragging rights. I'm sure a couple of these guys are friends when they're not wearing their respective jerseys for their home team. So let's see how this one finishes up. Lennox Serrano's in the lane, all the way to the hoop, front of the rim, gets it to go, 71-54. And it does look like Kennedy's going to be able to set this one on cruise control. Serrano, again with those long arms. Nobody's getting a rebound when Lennox Serrano goes up for it. Sincere Alves is in the corner with a great pump fake, and he tries to get all the way to the hoop. Sonny Pierce picks it up, though, after the dribble's fumbled. And Alves is going to hound Jason Kennedy, not give him anything easy. Even with the outcome of the game pretty much decided here at this point. Carlos Cake is going to charge down the lane. He's going to find Andrew Williams. He's going to put it up and in. So it's a 15-point game with 2:15 on the clock, 71-56. Here comes Zielinski. And to be honest, I have no idea who to give the player of the game to today. It's probably going to be David Zielinski, but Sincere Alves and Manny Beeman have deserved it as well. Hakeem Trueheart is still working hard. He collects the offensive rebound and puts it back up. And with under 2 minutes to play, Kennedy's up 17. Williams hasn't stopped playing. He's padding the stats a little bit. Andrew Williams with some late offense here. But the rest of WCA seems to have believed this game is over for a couple minutes now. So it's Trueheart on offense. He finds Beeman. Beeman gets the screen. He goes into the lane. And the layup is not going to count. In the NBA, that would have, but this is Connecticut high school basketball here. So Manny Beeman is going to earn a foul call, and Kennedy will inbound it underneath the hoop. Trueheart to the bench. Beeman to the bench. Well deserved, those two players. Didn't stop running all fourth quarter. They kept WCA at bay and are two big reasons why Kennedy's going to come away victorious here in this game. Ahead to Andrew Williams. Another layup for number 30 in black. Looks like 8 to 10 points there in a 2-minute stretch. And he cuts the lead to 13 with 1:24 left on the clock. One more timeout for WCA. So Ronan O'Leary and head coach Armand Levasseur are going over some final instructions here in the minute 24. Kennedy doesn't really need to score any more in this game. They're going to have to focus on some good passing, no turnovers, no fouls. If WCA gets the ball back, they're not going to want to foul them, stop the clock, give them free points. So that's usually how you secure the victory, is just playing smart, playing within yourself, not trying to do anything out of the ordinary in this final minute and 24. Andrew Williams has made some impressive layups here late, but I don't know if two-pointers are going to do it anymore for WCA. They're going to need to look for some threes. Obviously, Zaire Lott is candidate number 1. Sonny Pierce and Jason Kennedy, look for them to throw up some threes. So Kennedy's going to have a full court press to break, and they almost get the jump ball, but Sonny Pierce fouls number 25, Jabari James. Again, this is where a clean game of basketball almost comes back to bite you. WCA has a lot of fouling to do to send Kennedy to the line. So there's going to be a lot of inbounds, but the inbounds pass is thrown away, and it's going to be an and one. Sonny Pierce, there was some miscommunication on the inbounds. I think a couple players from Kennedy bumped into each other. And as I mentioned, the things you can't do. Foul, stop the clock, and give WCA some free points. Can Pierce cut it to 10? Off the front rim, off the backboard, and it gets the roll. So it's 73-63 with 1:15 left. Alves to Serrano. He gets fouled by Carlos Cake. So again, Kennedy will have to survive an inbounds pass. It didn't go too well the last time. Let's see what they draw up here to get a relatively stress-free inbounds pass. That's step number 1 when you're trying to break a press like this. Alves cuts. Serrano finds him. Alves dishes it off to Zielinski, and there's no call. I think a scuff of a shoe, and people thought there was a whistle that had been blown. And here we go. Alves tries to get back down the court, and they call the foul this time. The gym is in a little bit of shock here as the lead is cut to 8. A lot of people were thinking this game was over. WCA is still fighting, and they do get bailed out by a foul call here. Head coach Armand Levasseur pleading his case. Head coach Ronan O'Leary wants his airtime as well with these referees. Being a high school ref, umpire, official is never an easy job, let me tell you. Shout out to the refs today. They don't get the credit they deserve, but this is a tough environment. This is a close game. These coaches, these players, they want this win really bad. Kennedy, with all the momentum this season, they just had an 8-game winning streak. They're 10-2, looking for win number 11, looking to get ahead in the power rankings in the NVL. They find themselves behind Crosby, who has beat them in double overtime. Crosby's in second place in the NVL, another Waterbury school. And down a few notches in sixth place is Waterbury Career Academy. They're looking for their first win streak of 2 games, if you can call that a streak. But as I mentioned, their form in their last couple games, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win. So 4 out of their last 7 they've won. That combined with an early season win streak of 3 has propelled them to an 8-5 record. So they feel like they've deserved to win this game. They've withstood every punch that Kennedy has thrown their way, and they're fighting back, down 8 with 57 seconds left. There's going to be a couple crucial inbounds plays here coming up for the Kennedy Eagles. They're getting real close to the 1-and-1 bonus here, and they might have it. There was some updating to the score sheet during that last timeout that might have propelled Kennedy to the bonus. I think there was some discussion there, and maybe some fouls hadn't gotten added up. They're looking to clean a spill over here by the WCA bench before we get back underway. That's the slight hold up here right now. And somebody will be on the line. Yes, it will be Sincere Alves. So that last foul in the corner that triggered a timeout and some spirited conversation, if you will, from the head coaches to the referees has resulted in a 1-and-1 opportunity now for Sincere Alves. 73-65, 57 seconds left. Serrano, Zielinski, Jabari James, Isaiah Tucker, and Sincere Alves are going to try to close the deal out here for Kennedy. This hard-fought win, hard-fought game on a Saturday morning. And WCA employs Carlos Cake, Andrew Williams, Jason Kennedy, Sonny Pierce, and Zaire Lott. We have another break in the action. If nothing else, this is kind of icing Sincere Alves here. He's got some huge free throws coming up, and the action has not resumed. It's been about 3-4 minutes, I would say, of real time. Kennedy hasn't played many close games this year with their 10-2 record, but they do have a little bit of experience. They have a 1- and a 2-point win on the season. So when push comes to shove and it gets down to crunch time, Kennedy has survived and been able to hang on to a couple impressive wins. Let's see if we can find those 2 wins for Kennedy. So they had a 57-56 win against Holy Cross. And a 71-69 win against St. Paul Catholic. So a couple of close shaves, but Kennedy came out unscathed. Alves at the line, 1-and-1. Off the back rim, Lennox Serrano skies for the offensive rebound, and that's a huge play. He gets it back to Alves, who's fouled by Sonny Pierce. So no points added for Kennedy, but 4 seconds off the clock as Serrano gets that rebound. And those long legs, long arms, he can spring up there and snag any rebound away without going over the back. That's a huge weapon. He and Zielinski both are just built to offensive rebound. On cue, it's Zielinski cleaning up the mess. So Sincere Alves comes up 0 for 2 from the line on a front end of 1-and-1. On the second occasion, it's Dave and Zielinski with the offensive rebound and the putback to restore a 10-point lead. Down the other way, charges WCA. They head to the free throw line. Jason Kennedy with 42.8 now. Gets the first one to go. This was a shooting foul, so Not the 1-and-1 that Kennedy has been going through. He'll get 2 shots here. Can he cut it back to 8? He can. It goes through the net. Lennox Serrano with the inbounds now. Gets it into Zielinski. And he gets fouled quick. The WCA players are all over him, harassing him, making sure they get that foul called quick or the steal. But Zielinski holding his right elbow now, right bicep. We'll see if that affects his free throws. And if there was any doubt about the player of the game, David Zielinski just put that to bed with a huge play the last time down. Sincere Alves with a free throw miss. Zielinski the offensive rebound and put back. He's at the line now, 1-and-1 still for Kennedy. The free throw's up and good. (76-67) and 77-67. So it's a 10-point lead again with 41 seconds. So a little bit of substitution mishap there for WCA. Sonny Pierce sent back to the bench. Andrew Williams is going to drive again, kick it to Lott. He's going to throw up the 3, and it's going to hit the net and come up well short. Zielinski has the foot on the line, though, so it'll stay with WCA. 32.4 now. 77-67. Lott will inbound. You got to think WCA has got to be thinking 3-pointers here. They can't really settle for 2s much longer. It's going to be Sonny Pierce for 2, but it's still an 8-point game. The next foul will be 2 free throws for Kennedy, and that's the case there. More good sportsmanship, though. You never hate to see that. Sincere Alves has been hitting the deck pretty hard these past couple minutes. Some of it is his own doing. He doesn't mind diving for a loose ball. Some of it's been some hard fouls by WCA, but he's a hard man to corral. So Alves hobbles down to the free throw line. He'll have the benefit now, though, of being in the double bonus and shooting 2 free throws. And Alves swishes the first, so Kennedy is able to surpass their season average of 77.7 points a game with their 78th point there. And Alves really wants to make it 79 and restore it to double digits. In and out, 78-69, 20 seconds and counting. Here comes WCA. Kennedy's going to have to pull up. He has to pass a lot after some good defense. Here comes Williams. He'll hoist the 3. Off the rim, no good. Kennedy skies for the rebound. And it's going to be called a travel. He hits the deck after getting the rebound, and that's a heartbreaking way for WCA to hand the ball back to Kennedy with 10 seconds exactly on the clock. Let's see if they're going to try to foul here one more time, down 9 with 10 seconds. It's into Zielinski, and he gets a little nudge from behind from Kennedy. And Zielinski makes a long walk down to the free throw line on the other end. He'll shoot 2. Coach Lavasser with a high five for his senior leader, Alves. He knows how pivotal number 5 was today. So was the man at the line, those tired legs. He comes up short on the first, but Zielinski has done more than enough for Kennedy today. See if he can convert on the second. He does. 79-69, 9.1 left. WCA not ready to give up yet. They're going to hoist up another shot here. Here comes Williams driving. Off the rim, no good. Zielinski ahead to Alves, and he backtracks his way into a victory. 79-69, so the stat holds true. WCA unable to reach 70 points for the 6th time this season, and they are 0-6 when they don't hit 70, 8-0 when they do. That comes into play here with a 79-69 hard-fought win for your home team, the Kennedy Eagles. Looking to charge ahead up the NVL standings. Great show of respect between these two teams, coaches, and players here at the end of the game. Kennedy's going to improve to 11-2, Waterbury Career Academy is going to drop to 8-6. Again, I'm Nate Zielinski. It's been a pleasure broadcasting this game to you today on this Saturday morning. This is brought to you by DET Sports Media and Sky Channel 16. Come back next time for some exciting high school basketball in the town of Waterbury. That'll do it for us today. Have a good one.